Yeah, so my 10-month-old baby girl, she was taken from CPS from me after I went to the hospital to seek help for myself. They took her saying because I had no one there to watch her.
Evening, and I hope I'm pronouncing this name correctly, Bashira from North Carolina. Bashira, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
Hi, yes, it's Bashira.
Okay.
I did have a question, kind of a two-part question to ask.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so my 10-month-old baby girl, she was taken from CPS from me after I went to the hospital to seek help for myself. They took her saying because I had no one there to watch her. Even though my sister came there to pick her up, she was sent away. This has been going on for 5 months now. We've been in the non-secure custody hearing, and my baby girl is remaining in foster care, even though her grandparents were approved in early February.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been doing a lot of research on my own, and I thought that family was supposed to be preferred over foster care. My previous lawyer, before she withdrawal, she told me at the last hearing that by statute, the non-secure had to be decided that day. However, it was continued, and it was ordered that she still stay in foster care. I brought up how her grandparents had been approved, and it was just kind of skipped over. And I don't know if it's because I was representing myself at that time and just not respected, but I just wanted to ask you what could be done about that.
Well, I appreciate you calling, first of all, and asking that question. I want to tell you that I and Jennifer are licensed in the state of California, and you're in North Carolina. So the first thing I want to tell you is you need to talk to someone, a licensed attorney in North Carolina. But assuming the laws are similar, I'm going to ask Jennifer to answer your question as if you were living in California and you had a case in California. Jennifer?
Hi. So I missed the part as to whether or not a jurisdiction and dispo had been completed yet. I know that you're waiting to get to the statutory hearing, but where are we at in the case?
Non-secure custody hearing has been continued twice now.
How many times?
Did you have a detention hearing?
I'm sorry?
How many hearings have
Did
you gone
have
to?
It's been technically 3. I know we had like some short ones where we decided we weren't going to do a hearing.
Okay. So statutorily, you're entitled to have a hearing within so much time. And I'm not sure what it is in North Carolina. In California, if a parent does not waive time, they're entitled to have a jurisdiction hearing within 15 days if the child is out of home. Your question really goes more to why can't we have the child with grandma? Is that correct?
Yes. While we're waiting.
Exactly. And so has the agency or the social worker done, have they met with your mother? Have they had an interview with her? Have they done anything with the grandmother?
Yeah, they did a home study. She was approved. That's why I'm not sure why she's remaining in foster care. I brought it up.
I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with you. If she is approved, she has an approved home study, then there's no reason why they shouldn't have the child in her care. What you would want to do is something called a relative placement motion to put the issue squarely in front of the court. That's what I would recommend.
So you probably have an attorney, either a court-appointed or a private attorney that you've hired. You need to talk to him or her and suggest what Jennifer has just mentioned and see if in your state you can make that type of relative placement motion.
Okay.
Okay.
I will bring that to her. And also, the second part of my question was, I've had a lot of support from the group, this group, Operation Stop CPS. They've been protesting and spreading awareness of my story. They were actually at one of the open hearings, and they were asked to leave. And recently, there was a proposed order that I cannot speak to the public about my story, post on social media, or talk to any interest groups or the news. I mean, it hasn't been ordered yet, but isn't that a violation of my rights?
I've always thought of that. Now, I can't comment on, the law in your state because I'm not licensed there, but under federal law and constitutional law under the United States Constitution, I always thought that type of order could be infringing on your constitutional right to freedom of speech, freedom of the press, etc. I know that I have heard this from a lot of people in different states, and I know people have tried to fight them, but I don't know if they're going about it the wrong way. But Jennifer, what do you think about a blanket order like that from the juvenile court judge, especially where, the parent is talking about the case, but not mentioning any names, especially any names of the children?
Sure. So it definitely, any type of gag order implicates First Amendment considerations and First Amendment rights. Whether or not the interest in protecting children and protecting a child's privacy outweighs a parent's First Amendment right to free speech
2 minutes
is the question. And I think it's a matter of degree, like any other constitutional question. I know that courts often dislike when parents put photos of children on social media in the context of a GoFundMe campaign, which I think is wrong. But if the issue is a photograph on social media, I think that's one thing. I think naming the child is another thing. And I think that depending on what you're trying to do, a gag order can be unconstitutional. However, there is a state interest in protecting children, and that's the countervailing concern.
Hey, Bashir,
Okay.
I hope that helps you a little bit. But the bottom line is you're going to have to talk to an attorney in your state there in North Carolina and try to get some good advice. And sometimes you might have to go talk to 2, 3, 4 attorneys to get opinions and get information. And of course, I know you have your attorney now. Try to utilize him or her in helping you in this matter. Listen, I want to thank you for calling. I want to thank you for listening from North Carolina. Call us in a few weeks and let us know. Give us an update on what's happened. Okay, Bashir?
Okay, for sure. Thank you, Vincent, and thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, folks, we got to take our first break now. We got to pay some bills. This is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win. And we'll be right back after these messages.